जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम 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 जय राम जय जय राम ओम पुरुषोत्तम केलं होतं
Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai 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 Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai 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 Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram,
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And the 10th chapter now, for a spiritual aspect, is a very important chapter. Papa gently reminds us of the need to go in for silence, for solitude. All our outer activities under the banner of sadhana will bear fruit only if we take to the inward journey. This has been beautifully clarified by Papa many a times. Many decades back, Puja Mataji used to encourage us. We remember vividly in 68, Mataji herself will lead us to the Homa Mandir at 11 o'clock, if you remember right. Gents and ladies will sit on different sides and purely an inward journey for half an hour. But somehow, for reasons known to him, he did not go ahead with that. And so now, for the past 1.5 years now, right from the Guru Purnima day in 2024, again it was revived by going in for 1 day sadhana in a month. We will just go through the agenda. second Sunday of every month. This day is our pause, like machines that cool or rivers that clear when still. Silence allows the mind to rest, to reset, and return renewed. Silence is not withdrawal. It is inner housekeeping, a gentle return from doing to being. Why silence matters? It strengthens the relationship, softens anger and criticism, brings clarity in decision making, helps cope with loss and hardships, heals emotional fatigue, deepens listening, supports personal growth, reveals ignorance and frees us from it, helps us face false accusations and unfairness with calm strength. Though everything should not be structured, to begin with we need a structure and then we can transcend the structure. Just like Vinobaji used to say, we need a scaffolding. For an arch, suppose we are building an arch, we need a scaffolding to go there and to during their curing time, when it has been cast, it needs about 21 days of curing for the RCC. So until such time, it needs the support. And after that, the scaffolding is removed. And it can stand on this. Likewise, in all our disciplines, initially we need a structure, but at the same time do not get riveted to the structure. Similarly, silence, in the silent session, we are now having supposed to be a structure, but at the same time it is made clear that everybody is free to choose their own. But if there is no structure at all, it may be difficult to begin with. That is why all these points are mentioned, so that by the time we go for the silence, we will become aware of it. And there is, the spirit behind this practice is, silence restores what noise drain away. It sharpens the mind, softens the heart, deepens relationship. It protects us from emotional overload and awakens inner clarity. In stillness, gratitude blossoms. We begin to feel the quiet grace behind life. Give one day to silence, and silence will return peace to all the other days. That is a day when there is a stock taking is happening. The stock taking will definitely help us. We are shutting off all our routine activities on that day. We are not interacting with anybody because we don't talk. A stage should come when even the eye contact is not encouraged. Role of the mount share. Outer silence prepares the ground for inner silence. Since the mind is restless, we train it gently. One thought at a time, one practice at a time. The schedule below is designed to help the mind settle naturally. So one thought at a time, one practice at a time. Normally the mind, because of its preoccupations, will take up so many things, So how to train that? So during the silence day, though there are a few sessions, each session is aimed at concentrating on one at the exclusion of other. 8:20 to 8:45 briefing. Prepare the mind to listen inwardly. 8:45 to 9, hearing the name, hearing the chanting of the name. Let the name settle the mind. 9 to 9:45, silent sitting, 45 minutes, first sitting. Mentally chant and listen within. Initially it may be difficult. We will chant mentally and we will try to hear. After 3 or 4 or 5 chanting, the mind may still go out, doesn't matter. Again we bring it back. So this 45 minutes we will have that exercise, mental exercise. Chanting and listening, that means one at a time. If the mind goes out, so many things will get preoccupied. So we are consciously training our mind to concentrate upon one thought, chanting. Then 9:45 to 10:30, mindful walk. Each step we become conscious of it. Here again, mind may still go out, doesn't matter, it will come back and back. How does the right leg goes up, the left leg supports, the left leg goes up, right support, the center of gravity of the body is kept up. All these things we are not aware at all. So by this process, we are trying to concentrate on one action at the exclusion of others. Then again, silent sitting. Watch thoughts rise and fade. Let us not color, let us not put any label on the thoughts. Whatever thoughts. But we are trying to witness. The mind may be carried away by the thoughts. Again bring it back, bring it back. So here one is watching. One at a time. Then 11:15 to 12, Seva meditation. Work in awareness without words. These 14, 15 months we have seen, without uttering a word, without looking here and there, each one is mindfully involved in that seva. Whatever that, it may be broomstick making, it may be paper bag making, it may be cleaning the windows and door. It may be cleaning, last time it was cleaning the debris. Like that, at that time something will strike to us and then we will make it known. So here also we are trying to one action, concentrating on one action at the exclusion of other. Then after seva meditation, lunch. Everybody goes to canteen and then silently take, consciously eating. There also the mind may go, will come back. So we are concentrating on eating, one. Then they come back, 12:30 to 1, absolute rest with no agenda. But they will not come back to the same venue. Let the mind loosen and settle. 1 to 1:30, Ligita Java. Everybody will be given a book and a pen or something like that, and they will write their Ishtadeva mantra. While writing, mentally they will be chanting. Again here, writing of the mantra, chanting, remembering the mantra at the exclusion of any other thought. Then we move to 1:30 to 2:15, silent sitting, third session. Follow the breath's rhythm. We are breathing, consciously watching. Mind may go out, bring it back. Oh, but here we are concentrating on the breathing. Inhaling, exhaling. 2:15 to 2:45, again mindful walk. Hear the sounds of nature, either the sound of the breeze or the chirping of the birds or the falling of the leaves, anything. We become alert. Indirectly, we are purging out all other thoughts to become aware of this, one at a time. 2:45 to 3:30, silent sitting number 4. Feel the space between mantras. Om Shri. There is a gap between Om and Shri. Shri and Ram. Ram and Jai. Jai and Ram. Again Ram from Jai, Jai, again Ram. The mind will play all its tricks. Again we try to put it on the gap between. Om Shri. All mentally. Nothing will come out. Mind may refuse to cooperate, but it will slowly. Then 3:30 to 3:45, there is a tea break, again silently. 3:45 to 4:15, the final silent sitting 5. Here, reflect on the power behind all bodily and mental functions. How does the heart beat? How does the blood circulate? How does the seeing takes place? The power behind the seeing, the power behind the hearing, the power behind the tasting, the power behind the smelling, the power behind the touching, the power behind the thinking. Consciously we try. And then 4:15 to 4:30, mental prayers or reflections. We will give some suggestions and they write their reflections. And 4:30 to 5, feedback sharing. They will give it to us. And somebody may be chanting also. And somebody may be, so we can also replace it with what somebody chanting and rest of the people are slowly chanting. And because nobody will be in a mood to chant openly. The mind would have become tamed, disciplined. So one can lead the vocal chanting, others can do chanting with a lower voice, something like that. So the entire activity you will find is all centered on concentrating on one. And then from the feedback we have found many people who have never sat for whole day, they said, we never knew that you would be able to sit. So this offers us an opportunity. And later on we can add so many things. Who is behind? So this might also lead us to the power which Papa has defined as subtle and mysterious power. That means all these are helping us to know the subtle and mysterious power behind every thought, every word, every action. This is what is being tried now. Papa keeps on prompting us to modify. Because ultimately the aim is on the, we must have made some progress. That will deepen our awareness of His presence. And when we go through these, the ultimate gain will be to deepen our efforts to become aware of His presence within, which is the main aim of our spiritual sadhana. Because here all outer activities have been closed. Very important. Some words of Papa. To remember God is to remember your own self. To worship God is to worship your own self. To surrender yourself to God is to surrender yourself to your own self. Yes, capital. So that you may know that you are the self. Self here means Atman, which you are in reality. You have forgotten it, you have become ignorant of it. Forgetfulness is removed by remembrance and ignorance. So remember leads to knowledge. You are asked to take Ram. The name of Ram is the name of your own self. He is called Atma Ram. When you remember God or Ram, you should feel that you are remembering your own immortal self, so that you may ultimately realize that you are the self. You have to seek Him within yourself. External worship is a distant means of realizing God. The sooner you begin to worship Him in your own heart, the better for you. Then in a short time you will realize that you and He are not different. As from the beginning you think that the God whom you have to realize or see is outside you, your struggles becomes protracted and you meet with frustration. Therefore, even after continuous struggle, you do not find results which satisfy you. You meet with failure after failure because the mind is going out to external forms of worship. If you worship God outside in any form, your mind is externalized. And from that form, it goes to other forms or objects, and your mind remains as distracted, as restless as ever. You should feel His presence within yourself by constant remembrance. Then you will realize Him within and know ultimately that you are He. External forms of worship take a long time for you to turn your mind within. You find it very difficult. You must have a sadhana which is independent. That means not dependent upon external condition or form or environment. Wherever you are, you must be able to tune yourself with God within. Meditation should come to you automatically through constant remembrance. People without any practice of continuous remembrance or concentration try to meditate on God, they do not succeed. The mind is wandering in 1,000 places and they find it very hard to control it. If you take up the practice of chanting God's name, your mind will easily get concentration. Meditation will then become easy. Take His name for a long time, then sit for meditation. You will find that the mind disappears in no time. So here we are now trying through this Mauna session. When he took to this, for the first time in Tiruvannamalai, That is what the present chapter says. Solitude and silence. He was only communing with the indwelling reality. For that, we should have some, what do you call it, connection, no? Link. So, what we are trying for the past 15 months or 16 months is to train the mind. To train the mind to focus on one thought. And that process will surely lead us to the source within. The outcome will be definitely like that. We will be moving toward this. Simply if we sit, the mind may have so many ways to go. Tough job to control the mind. And mind is the only vehicle by which we can travel inward. So unless and until we try, make an effort to do it at least on one day in a month. So when we read In Quest of God, Solitude and Silence, what is it that practically we can do? This is what is being tried here. Nobody will be able to retire for a few days and go inside. All are preoccupied with their own priorities and preferences. Preoccupations are there. But one day in a month, we can set up. And that will definitely lead us to something higher. Even during the day, we might be able to set apart a few minutes for this. So, because if we have to slowly, he is facilitating us to train the mind. And this one day's experiment will definitely help us to try every day for a few minutes. Papa elsewhere has recommended 30 to 45 minutes every day. Chanting, mental chanting, and then stillness. Our participants are free to make any change, but some structure should be there, But all these 15 months, nobody has suggested that the structure is a handicap, no. After some time, no structure is necessary. The mind must be in such a way that it is habituated to concentrate on one thought at the exclusion of other. So when we take to chanting of his name mentally, it will be there. We get a direct, that is the password, it will open up. We enter into our might be for a second, be for 5 minutes. Papa gives lot of importance for this word. Utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. And it is in the stillness that you know and realize God. Utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. Straight away, because we read, we will not be able to free ourselves from the thoughts. So some structured effort is necessary, and afterward that structure can be removed. Because the mind is slowly, so far it was not habituated. So this 14th, next Sunday, is this month's Mauna Day. Once again, we will read Papa's, this is what we are aiming at. We are chanting Ram Nam, we are visiting ashram, we go to temple, we see Mahatmas, all those things, okay. But to remember him, To remember God is to remember your own self. To worship God is to worship your own self. To surrender yourself to God is to surrender yourself to your own self, so that you may know that you are the self. Not the present we, Self here means Atman, which you are in reality, you have forgotten it. You have become ignorant of it. Forgetfulness is removed by remembrance and ignorance by knowledge. So remembrance leads to knowledge. You are asked to take Ram Nam. The name of Ram is the name of your own self. He is called Atma Ram. When you remember God or Ram, you should feel that you are remembering your own immortal self, so that you may ultimately realize that you are the self. This is the goal. And the vehicle is our mind. And mind has no entry beyond certain level. Free of all thoughts, Straight away we cannot do that. We have to take the vehicle and after some time leave the vehicle. Papa beautifully explains, chanting leads to remembrance. Remembrance leads to God consciousness. God consciousness leads to stillness. You have to seek him. This is another important thing. You have to seek him within yourself. So the mauna, solitude or observing silence helps us this. You have to seek him within yourself. External worship is a distant means of realizing God. The sooner you begin to worship him in your own heart, the better for you. Then in a short time, you will realize that you and he are not different. As from the beginning you think that the God whom you have to realize or see is outside you, your struggle becomes protracted and you meet with frustration. Therefore, even after continuous struggle, you do not find results which satisfy you. Papa did not say it is not possible. Distant reality. Because there may be many Bhaktottamas who have, through external worship, reached the same. But exception, very rarest, very rare, rarest. We know from our own experience, we go to ashrams, we go to temples, we have got devotional fervor, everything is there. But is there any change? Is there any attempt to feel his presence inside? Unless and until God blesses us to see that the chosen deity whom we are seeing outside, or the Mahatma who is touching and kindling the spiritual values in us, he is there within our heart. So that means after a certain stage, we shed everything. You should feel his presence within yourself by constant remembrance. Then you will realize him within and know ultimately that your external forms of worship take a long time. He did not rule out long time for you to turn your mind within, one after another. No? Those who have read Guru's Grace will remember Mataji's experience because she was very much attached to the external worship. So many idols will be there. When she applies the kumkum, she feels others are applying. You are not applying kumkum here, no? And Papa's one beautiful quotation answers all our doubts. When we see him as another, separate from me, he says, the sense of otherness sets limit to the illimitable. He is operating, but unknowingly we localize. This is the general, there may be exceptions. As a sadhaka, each one has to ponder over and choose. So you should feel his presence within yourself, then you will realize him. External forms of worship take a long time for you to turn your mind within. You find it very difficult. And another one, you must have a sadhana which is independent. Not dependent upon external condition, form or environment. Initially we start with that, It is necessary, as children. So we have to be guided, okay. Scriptures, darshan of Mahatmas, words of wisdom of Mahatmas, devotees' experience of having their surrender to the deity, all these will help us. But for the ultimate, to become one with him, if we have to graduate from, as Puja Swamiji beautifully mentioned, we have to move from the devotee state to the sadhaka states. From the devotees, we have to upgrade, graduate to sadhaka. So there, this is very important. External forms of worship take a long time. You find it difficult. You must have a sadhana which is independent. Not we have heard, not we have taught. Independent. So all our practices should facilitate for the emergence of our own unique method of approach to him. Wherever you are, you must be able to tune yourself with God within. Meditation should come to you automatically through constant remembrance. Meditation means not the meditation ordinary understand of sitting, with closed eyes in Padmasana, vertebral column erect, concentrating on the what do you call this? No, here. Between the all those things we have heard so many, but this is not that some Papa means. Meditation means closing all our wings and concentrating only on God remembrance. You employ any method that is suitable for you. Without that practice, people without any practice of continuous remembrance or concentration try to meditate on God, they do not succeed. Mind is wandering in 1,000 places and they find it very hard to control it. Although it may be a tall talk, we have all heard it many a time, but for the sake of those who are hearing it for the first time, we also repeat Papa's another powerful quotation. When the false conventions and ostentatious observances are broken through, the soul is liberated. For realizing the truth, no external paraphernalia is necessary. No garb, no sign, no cult, no creed can help you. The day will come when you have to leave all these behind and go to meet the eternal in the perfect nakedness of your spirit. Shedding all make-believe forms, customs, traditions. Simplicity, spontaneity, and humility become the guiding principles of your life. You move freely with all, you love all alike, you break all boundaries set by the calculating and selfish human mind. You soar like a free bird in the infinite expanse of the spiritual firmament. You look upon all beings and creatures as the embodiments of the one divine, all-pervading spirit. Temples, ashrams, mosques, churches, synagogues, viharas cannot imprison your soul. You find your soul's delight and joy at all places, in the best as well as the worst. So external props are all removed, all appendages. Puja Swamiji says, human birth is a gateway to liberation.
It's not readable from here. Control plus.
Huh?
Control plus.
Control?
Plus. Control plus. Where is the plus button here?
Human birth is a gateway to liberation. Having taken birth, we are also endowed with intellect. Using the intellect, we find that there is something higher than what the world can give us. We can get happiness depending upon certain conditions. That happiness is always followed by sorrow. Our intellect tells us that there is something more than this, eternal happiness. Then we start trying for it. That is the vocation, the turning point in our life to return home. It's a beautiful word, for all of us to remember. Return home. Then the effort to go back home begins, which is called sadhana. We come in contact with a wise man who knows the truth. He tells us how to go back. He asks us to meditate on our true being or any other method that will lead us to our original home. What is that? In that process, aging problem. Oh, okay. Okay. In that process, in which we ask us to, we have to go back. He tells us how to go back. The Guru. He asks us to meditate on our true being or any other method that will lead us to our original home. In that process, we purify ourselves, meaning our mind gets purified, all those desires are dropped off, all the effects of the desires are dropped off, the effects of our actions are also dropped off, and the mind becomes perfectly still. Why?
Something that is not behaving itself.
Here I am. Everybody is hearing,
No, behind they will not be able to hear properly.
Everybody is hearing, enough.
Yes, Swamiji.
Yeah, enough.
Okay. I'm keeping it here, Swamiji, in case.
The concentration gets shifted now. It is purely a subjective subject.
Sorry.
So first, we try for happiness, then happiness is followed by sorrow. Then somehow, he prompts us to aim for eternal happiness. We don't know how to get that. We start trying for it. And the efforts go. That is how, unknowingly, we are putting on efforts to go back home, our original place, from where we started. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the eternal source of everything. There are so many shlokas he says that. So we are going back to our source, abode, nivas, Gadir Bharta, Prabhu Sakshi, Nivasa Sharanam Suhrid, Nivas. All these things are there in Bhagavad Gita. I am the Nivas. So I am their home. I am everybody's home. So to go back home. We come in contact with a wise man, Guru, who knows the truth. He tells us how to go back. He asks us to meditate on our true being or any other method that will lead us to our original home. In that process, we purify ourselves, meaning our mind gets purified. All those desires are dropped off, all the effects of the desires are dropped off, the effects of our actions are also dropped off. The effects of our action are also dropped off, and the mind becomes perfectly still. What Papa has been asking us to know through that process of remembering through chanting, and chanting should lead us to God consciousness, and it will result in stillness. So this stillness. When it is perfectly still, we have a glimpse of our true being. By further effort to remain in that state continuously, we get established in that state, which is our real home, our own self. We go back as naked as we started from there. Sankalpa Vikalpa, they say. Conception. We go back as naked as we started from there. That is the condition to shed all that you have earned during your journey. Naked means that is the condition to shed all that you have earned during your journey. Even under the banner of spiritual discipline, then we are qualified to enter our home. So again, coming back to silence or solitude, if this is clear in our mind, mind is turbulent, it will not allow us, so we are now trying to concentrate on one thought at the exclusion of another. Slowly it becomes tamed, disciplined, at least for a short time at least, and then we get a glimpse into our original nature. And by steadily practicing this, every day, suppose 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, we get a glimpse that the habit formation, a culture develops inside to crave more and more for it. We will again read this very, very, very inspiring part. Human birth is a gateway to liberation. This is possible only through human birth. Having taken birth, we are also endowed with intellect. Using the intellect, we find that there is something higher than what the world can give us. That means a sense of insufficiency and incompleteness comes after attaining with the help of the intellect, whatever we aim at. We reach, we lose the charm. Intellect has helped, and finally it makes us to know it cannot go beyond certain level. We can get happiness depending upon certain conditions. That happiness is always followed by sorrow. Our intellect tells us that there is something more than this, eternal happiness. Then we start trying for it. That is the vocation, the turning point in our life to return home. Then the effort to go back home begins. We come in contact with a wise man who knows the truth, who has realized, He tells us how to go back. He asks us to meditate on our true being or any other method that will lead us to our original home. We have started, but somehow made us unaware of this, and so we start moving everywhere, accepting, concentrating on our home. We read so many, we meet so many, we practice so many. Each one will give us some joy, some fleeting happiness, something, But the eternal happiness is still a distant reality to us. We have to ponder over deeply. Original home, original home, original home. So now we want to go back. In that process, we purify ourselves, meaning our mind gets purified. Then all these are dropped off. When it is perfectly still, we have a glimpse of our true being. By further efforts to remain in that state continuously, we get established in the state which is our real home, our own self. We go back as naked as we started from there. That's what Papa said, shedding all make-believe systems, traditions. That is the condition to shed all that you have earned during your journey. And it will become clear to us if we start thinking that even prior to our doing all these exercises, he has been with us, At no time he has been away from us. The self, before getting in contact with a Mahatma, before studying scriptures, before practicing various disciplines, before understanding various forms of values, he has been with us, he is with us. He is independent, unconditional. So if we understand the word naked, what Papa said and Puja Swamiji said, then this becomes very clear to us. Practical. We added so many things. Now we are trying to take away so many things. We cannot take away, it has become so close to us unless we become more and more clearer about the goal to be scaled. Then it drops off by one by one. Not that we are leaving it, it drops off by one by one. So that is a condition to shed all that you have earned during, then we are qualified to enter our home. So solitude or silence, we can say, is a not only one of the preparatory, it is the most vital step. It was a requisite, what do you call it? Prime one. With solitude, we shut off all our activities. Silence, we observe, start like external silence, and then internal silence, and then stillness. And to reach that stillness, shedding all, whatever we have put on knowingly and unknowingly. So Papa was blessed with that. Even when he started on 27th December, when he left everything, in the next 3-4 days, God provided an opportunity for him to go within. And that too nearly for a month. Existing on a meager quantity, plain kanji, gruel, one time. And the peculiarity is he was not shutting off. He was one with the nature, one with God's creation, accepting human being. Because observing, not reacting, observing. And that helped him. So we will. So quietening the mind. So chapter number 10, in the cave, solitude, a must for sadhana. Solitude, an opportunity to consolidate the gains from spiritual journey. Remind ourselves often of the purpose of resorting to solitude. Perseverance is the keynote of success. Realizing the indwelling reality leads to the realization of the all-pervading reality. That is also very important. The one which is within me, we have been assured by Mahatmas who have scaled the heights, that once we realize the indwelling reality, that itself will give us the realization of the all-pervading reality, because indwelling and all-pervading reality are not different. For the sake of sadhaka's language, these two has been used, that's all. Papa puts it in a beautiful way, individual is the universal. In Thus Speaks, first page you will find this word. Individual is the universal. So indwelling reality is the realization of the all-pervading reality. All these things we have been assured by Papa if we take to silence, solitude, shutting off for one day. More about this we will share tomorrow. So it's a very, very important aspect or factor in our sadhana. And these two words, Papa's that shedding all, no? And Puja Swamiji is returning to our real home. If we keep on dwelling upon it, we leave them, take their teachings. Then all the appendages will get dropped off one by one. And we will definitely get a glimpse of the presence. Now the effort is only to lengthen the period of that experience. We pray to Him, you are leading us. Kindly enable us to go further. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om